So, for example, when I was going through a lot of the beginning stages of healing from narcissistic abuse, like I was going through like these mood swings of going super high, super low. And so I was regulating my emotions. Regulating your emotions and validating your emotions along the way are so key. But when there's layers. When there's levels of narcissism, levels of victimhood, layers of defensiveness, layers, like there's so many layers in which is created from long-term abuse that it's confusing, right? Because as much as all feelings are valid, narcissism defends certain feelings. And so it's really important to be discerning of like what to defend and what to actually just let go of. And it's confusing because there's like internal gaslighting and then there's like external gaslighting if you're in a narcissistic abusive situation or like your whole family is like that. And again, this is like so covert sometimes because it's so common in like family structures and family systems and in our relationships on even subtle levels that it's hard to go through. So the beginning layers is a lot of it is just like feeling through things, validating through all the emotions, and then watching your defenses and like breaking those pieces down. And then once you finally like break through, there are like steps in which you validate yourself and then you validate your emotions, and then you get to a point where you're like, although all my feelings are valid, not all of them are true. And then you get to filter through the gaslighting. But then there comes this point where you hit this true self-validation and it's just clear. And that's how you know, right? There's a calmness, there's like this connected intuition, and there's this like clarity that doesn't need defense. That is your self-validation. There's no like defensiveness, or there's no arrogance, or there's no there's not this like offensive energy around it, or this like righteous energy around it. It's just like, here I am, I know this is it. And it's just so startling. But when you're in that space, that's you. Like, that is you. Arriving to you, arriving to your voice, arriving to your heart, and being able to clearly speak that, regardless of what narcissistic trauma is coming your way, no matter what person is trying to argue with you, no matter how crazy anybody is out there or what's going on out there, you just know truth from like falsehood. And you just have that very like that discernment. So it's like, it's such a privilege to like get here. And it is the destination, I believe, from narcissistic abuse recovery. Like, and also the space that you want to be in when it comes to healing the physical body. Because when you live in a constant state of like self-doubt and like just not trusting yourself, and denying yourself and gaslighting yourself, there's always this confusion and this stress, which that long-term stress of being completely disconnected from the self and living in a state of shame, that creates this like constant chronic stress, which leads to your nervous system and your cortisol levels being out of whack and affecting your health. And this is all very subtle, you know, and it's really like health is really a journey towards sovereignty, towards this part of yourself that doesn't need defense, doesn't need anything except you.